What if I told you the most dangerous leader is not the incompetent one, but the competent leader without character? History is full of brilliant minds, decorated officers, high performing CEOs, but they collapse not because they lack the skill, but because they lack the integrity under pressure. In moments of comfort, competence shines, but in moments of crisis, character decides everything. Today, we are going to explore why integrity under fire matters more than talent, rank, or intelligence, and why, in the long run, trust always beats raw competence. Jai Hind, I am Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Satish Dhage with 4M matrix of military leadership, medical ethics, media clarity, and mentoring emerging leaders. And I am someone who has seen the leadership tested not in boardrooms but in high stakes, unforgiving environments. We live in an era obsessed with skills, certifications, KPIs, or short term results. But leadership failures today, corporate scams, institutional breakdowns, military lapses, governance crises they are the rarely failures of intelligence, but in reality, they are the failures of values under pressure. The real leadership test is never can you deliver results. The real test is can you deliver results without compromise your conscience. Let us begin with the military honor code, one of the strongest ethical systems which has been ever institutionalized worldwide. Across the armed forces worldwide, the military code it rests on three timeless pillars: honor, integrity, and accountability. Let's discuss about the honor. Honor means doing the right things even when no one is watching, even when it costs you personally. In uniform services, honor is a non negotiable because one ethical failure can cost lives. It is not only the question of profits. The second principle is integrity. Integrity is alignment. Alignment between what you think, what you say, and what you do. Your thinking and action, there has to be alignment. In combat or crisis, orders must be trusted, information must be truthful, decisions must be morally sound. A single lie can destroy the unit cohesion. The third principle is accountability. Military teaches a brutal truth. Rank does not excuse responsibility. Leaders are fully accountable for their decisions, for their team performance, for consequences, whether it is intended or unintended. That is why militaries across the world say skill earns appointment, character earns command. This is why armies value character before competence in command appointments. Let me share a lesser known but deeply powerful Indian case. Let me give you the case study of Lieutenant General Hoshiar Singh, PVSM, AVSM, Veer Chakra Awardee. Lieutenant General Hoshiar Singh, a decorated Indian Army officer and former GOCNC Western Army commander, was known for his professional excellence. At one stage of his career, he was presented with an opportunity that could have accelerated prestige and influence. And what was the cost? A moral compromise. Not illegal on paper, but ethically questionable. So, what did General Hoshiar Singh did do at that particular moment? He refused the offer. No publicity, no justification, no victim narrative. And what was the consequence of his action? Short term career slowdown he faced, but temporary sidelining, which he has to face. But the outcome was unquestioned credibility of General Hoshiar Singh, absolute trust of his subordinates, moral authority within the armed forces organization. And years later, when leadership integrity mattered more than the optics or narrative, he was recalled not for brilliance alone, but because he could be trusted under fire. Let me give you the leadership insight. Competence may impress seniors for short term, but integrity earns the trust of institutions. Whether you are interested in impressing your senior for personal gain, or you are interested in earning the trust of the whole organization, that is what matters. Let me be very clear. Competence is visible, but character is revealed only under pressure, only in crisis situation. A competent leader can plan efficiently, speak convincingly, he can deliver short-term results, but a leader with character, he protects people over position, he puts truth over convenience, he prioritizes long-term trust in the organization over short-term gains. In the armed forces, we say skill gets you selected, but character keeps you trusted. The same applies to corporate sector or bureaucracy or politics or medical sector or even in media. Now, let me give you a practical ethical decision making framework which is useful for exams, for the competitive examination aspirants, or interviews, or leadership roles, or in your real life. The step one is legality. Whenever such kind of situation is there, ask, is this action legal under existing rules or laws? If the answer is it is illegal, the decision ends here. Absolutely full stop, nothing doing. Step 2, values test. Ask, does this align with my core values, conscience, and institutional ethics? If it violates your conscience, it will eventually violate your credibility in long term. Absolutely no for such kind of decision. Step 3, transparency test. Ask, would I be comfortable if this decision appeared on the front page of a newspaper, or say in a court of inquiry, or before my family or subordinates? If you won't be comfortable with making this decision open through various forum, then rethink about that decision. This decision is not going to be good as far as long-term implications are concerned. Step 4, impact analysis. Ask, who benefits, who suffers, and what are the long-term consequences of your decision? Ethical leaders think beyond immediate outcomes and keep long-term perspective in decision making. Step 5, role model test. Ask yourself, if everyone in my organization did the same thing, would the institution improve or would the institution collapse? This framework is frequently reflected in military leadership doctrines, or in paper 4 of UPSC Civil Services Mains Ethics case studies, or in corporate governance models. All these are the kind of examples related with integrity in crisis situation. Now let us move from the battlefield to the boardroom, corporate boardroom. And let me give you the case study of Tata Group, where trust over profit was the mantra. The Tata Group, guided by J.R.D. Tata and later by Ratanji Tata, it has consistently treated integrity not as a slogan but as a strategy of the organization. A defining moment come in the history of Tata as an organization during 2008 Mumbai terror attacks. Instead of focusing only on insurance, assets, and liability, the salaries of affected employees continued by the Tata higher authorities. Families of victims, they received long-term support. Medical care and education responsibilities, they were undertaken. The Taj Hotel was rebuilt as a symbol of resilience, not just revenue. These actions increased short-term cost, went far beyond legal obligation, but Tata leadership, they chose ethical responsibility over financial convenience. Equally important and less discussed, the group, Tata Group, has walked away from profitable deals where transparency was compromised, governance standards were diluted, ethical shortcuts they were expected, quiet decisions, no press releases, because for Tata, trust is operational discipline, not the marketing. Look at the contrast. A general refusing moral compromise, General Hoshiar Singh. A corporate giant absorbing financial loss. We have just discussed the example of Tata's. Different worlds, but the same principle. Competence creates performance. Character creates permanence. Promotions can be delayed, profits can fluctuate, but trust compounds over time. That is why institutions with integrity, they survive crisis, they retain loyalty, they command respect beyond authority. And if you consider all these aspects, let me leave you with this particular truth. When pressure peaks, rules blur, and consequences loom, your character is going to speak louder than your competence. Skills can be trained, knowledge can be acquired, but integrity must be lived on day-to-day basis. Whether you wear a uniform of armed forces, a suit, or aspire to become a public servant, leadership is not about how capable you are, but it is about how trustworthy you remain under pressure situation, under fire. This is why the armed forces worldwide, they invest decades in character building, not just training. If this video has added value to your leadership journey, like, share, and subscribe. Military Mentor Dr. Satish. And don't forget to comment below. Where do you think integrity is most under pressure today? Whether it is in corporate sector, or in politics, or in media, or overall in governance. Be in touch. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Jai Hind.